Do your air plants like to fly through the air with the greatest of ease? Find out more about air plants in this video. Hey everybody, this is Sherry coming to you from my backyard here in Cape Coral, Florida. Do you know about air plants? They are the most unusual little plants. They don't like it cold. That's probably why I didn't know about them before when I lived in Kansas. Well, as it turns out, when I got my air plants, I should have been researching them because I wasn't treating them right. Now, when I first got them, I got them all nice and wet and I soaked them in some sphagnum moss, and that part was okay for a while, but I really shouldn't have left them there a long time because they don't like a lot of water. And in fact, I'm going to show you how to plant them, and they don't like dirt. So the air plants are the perfect plant for everybody who wants to start out and is a beginner gardener because they don't take a lot to grow. You don't have to have dirt, and I'm going to show you some very creative ways that you can plant your air plants. So let me show you what's an air plant. Here's one variety. Look at the cute little, they're a lot similar to a succulent, probably they're in a bromeliad family. This little, they do grow roots, but they get their nutrients from the leaves. So this morning, now there's two different theories about how you water air plants, and we'll talk about that. Let me show you. I have 4 different ones. These 2 larger ones. Now, we see these very common down in Florida, in Southwest Florida, where they'll attach themselves to trees just naturally. And they can hold on to rocks and everything. They grab on with their little roots just to attach themselves. And then I have this baby. This baby's the one I almost killed, and she's starting to do better now. Looks like that's a fuzzy piece. I think, see a little root. But I had them sitting in that sphagnum moss for too long, and they don't like that. They truly are a plant that wants to be free run free and be in the air or whatever. So let me show you what you can do over the holidays. I got a little Santa. I happen to have this little Christmas plate, a little snowman candle. These, believe it or not, are napkin rings. When I first moved down here, I lived in Ruskin, Florida, and I had this home that was already fully decorated and everything, and the lady had gone all out, had these fancy napkin holders with napkins, and I kept the decorations, and they've been here in a drawer. And then today, I had this inspiration. Now let me show you how to plant an air plant. Taking the napkin ring. Let's take this one. He's got a nice fat little bottom. Are you ready? This is really hard. Pay attention. Get your paper. Take notes. Just kidding. There. Congratulations. I know, you think this lady's nuts, right? No, 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 no. See, air plants don't like to be in soil. Air plants don't want to be in moss. They're air plants. They thrive in the air. And the reason they do so well down here in Southwest Florida is they get all the humidity in the air. And even during the winter, we have more humidity than any other state. So they still can cling on. Now, it's a debate whether I'm going to put mine outside. I'm going to watch the weather. We had this unusually cold spell, and, I just get these babies. I don't want to lose them. So, but watch this. Okay, so let's take one of these bigger ones, a little bit different color. See, it's not too, now I'm just being really careful because I don't want to hurt her little roots. All right. Now they will have little sprouts off eventually, and they get bigger, and some of them bloom, and some of them will have babies. Isn't she pretty? Now look at this. Now look at this. Look at this. I got a perfect, gorgeous, I put some of my glitter ribbon around that I showed you the other video when I made the succulent gardens for gifts. You can watch that from last week. Little glitter ribbon. Now, if you had a holiday gathering or even just in your own home, you could set this on your table. It'd be great to put it where there's plenty of indirect light. They don't want real hot blazing light, but they do like some light to thrive. there's two different things I told you about. There's two different concepts that people have about watering their air plants. One is a theory that once or so a week you dunk them in water for 2 or 3 hours and leave them there, and then you let them dry out. Another is that you mist them more often, or just dunk them briefly in water and then let them dry out. I tend to go with the second thought because I'm not good at leaving things in water for 2 to 3 hours. I think things get too soggy. So what I've been doing is I'll just go take them literally, pretend like this is a pot of water. I dunk them down in the water a little bit, then I shake them out, and then they have time to dry out. And I can do that more often because I'm playing with my plants anyway. So it's just up to you. You don't want to, they are very tolerant to abuse. They require less maintenance than a lot of different plants, and they're really fun. So watch this. So I've got this Christmas scene, right? All right, here's another idea. So along in that same house, she'd left this ceramic shell. I just looked at that shell this morning. It's like, oh, you're just a perfect place to set an air plant. Isn't it cool? So you can literally have a plate of air plants. A lot of people do. Some people put them in terrariums. The one thing you've got to watch out is you got to control and don't let them get too moist. Terrariums can build up that moisture content. I see that happening with my little micro garden inside the house. But this is just fun. Okay. I'd like a serving of air plants, please. I have a lot of fun with my plants. Seashells. This girl has lots of seashells. I live fairly close to the ocean. I haven't been there for a while because it's been cold. All right, let's take these out of this shell. I thought I set one in here. Look at this big shell. Oh. I kind of like that. She may have to, oh, she fell out. You gotta be careful. All right, so we'll put her, yeah, let's put it on top of here for now. All right, so she's gonna sit over there. And I got this pretty shell. All right, this baby one. Oh yeah. It's just so cool. It makes these cool little sculptures. You can have your own little arrangements. The main thing about them is you want to keep them fairly humid, fairly moist. They do say that you want to fertilize them every so often with a bromeliad type of fertilizer because they are in that class of plant. You do need to give them some water, but not too much, and they want to have some indirect light. Get some air plants, guys. They're inexpensive plants. You can grow them inside wherever you live. You may need to mist them a little bit more often if you grow them up north where you're inside and your heat's on a lot, because you're going to have problems with your humidity anyway. I know when I lived in Kansas, we had a wood stove and we didn't have much humidity in the house. So you want to choose your plants accordingly. But it's a lot of fun growing air plants. I'm glad to add them to my container gardens. I hope you guys have a wonderful gardening week. We'll talk soon. Wow, wasn't that a lot of fun? You can find even more tips like these over at my blog at mycontainergardens.com. I post new content there every week as well. It's fun to take this journey with you guys. I hope that you'll sign up for my free newsletter. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook at Sherry Lingenfelder, and we'll be talking soon. Have a great gardening week. Bye.